Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to walk us through how to set up Microsoft Teams integration so that all of your Teams meetings can be automatically imported to Orbit for you to create beautiful documents off the back of. First thing I'm going to do is sign in. And once I've signed in, I'm going to go to the sidebar over here and click on integrations and scroll down to the Microsoft Teams section. First thing to note is that this first step requires global administration access within Microsoft Teams. So you are going to need a global admin to set this integration up, but it is a one-time exercise to set that up, and then each user can set up their own Teams integration from there. The other thing to mention is that you have to be an owner or an admin within the Orbit application in order to do this setup as well. So you click on Setup Teams Integration. There is a nice helpful wizard that will take you through each step. If you get stuck, obviously you can get in contact with supports, but this is designed to be self-serve. So first thing here, grant admin consent. Are going to need to log in as a global admin, as I say. Just going to log in here. Okay, and once you have authenticated, you'll see the permissions requested pop up here. Once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and click accept. This is going to create an enterprise application within your organization with the correct permissions. So that's done successfully. We continue on to the next step. So the next step is to create a subscription. This is going to notify Orbit every time there is a transcription available to be going grabbed. This can take a little bit of time depending on how long it takes to propagate permissions through your tenant, but normally it's just a few seconds. And there we go. So that has been successfully created in the background. Now the third step is to create policy configurations. This is how you really control how much access Orbit has to your tenancy. For ease of use, locking down permissions isn't a huge concern. You can just grant Orbit global access to everyone in your tenancy. However, if you are rolling this out within a pilot team or only to a certain department, you can do targeted access in the way of groups within Microsoft. You might have certain groups that you want to give access to, or you can specifically call out individuals that you want to grant Orbit access to. For the purpose of the demo, I'm going to go for the organization. And the next thing we have to do is run some PowerShell commands to apply these policies into your tenancy. Okay, so what I've done is I've just moved the commands off to the side, and I'm going to copy and paste each one of them in. So the first one is to install the Microsoft Teams module here in PowerShell if you don't already have it. Great. The next thing I'm going to do is connect to Microsoft Teams. This should open up an OAuth window in your browser, and all you need to do is just go in and authenticate for this session in your PowerShell. Once you've successfully authenticated, you'll see the information about your tenancy pop up here. Next step is to create the policy that we're going to be applying. And then finally, in this case, we're applying the policy globally. Once you successfully ran all of those commands, you can click on Run the Commands. And this will just give you a verification command. What you should see when you run this is a response something like this. So we'll just do that quickly. So I run the verification command, and you see the response is the policy coming back as expected. Once you've done the verification step, you can click Verify and Complete. Now all the setup is complete for your tenancy. For each individual now within your account, they will need to go and authenticate for their meetings to start being imported into their accounts. This includes the user that has done the setup steps. So you see a new option here, Connect Teams Account. And this is just for you as an individual. So click that and you see that we've connected successfully for that individual. Then now we can see in the integrations page, the UI is displaying everything is connected up as expected. So you've got the organization connected here and your personal team's account connected as well. We've got the auto process toggle on, as explained in previous videos. All this means is that we'll create the summary from the meeting as soon as it lands in Orbit. So once you've got your integration up and running, all you need to do is click on the record and transcribe in your Teams meeting, and that's what's going to trigger this meeting to be imported into Orbit. And once you're done, we can leave the meeting, and shortly afterwards we'll see the meeting appear into our Orbit. Okay, and once Teams has processed your recording, we'll see it land into Orbit. We can click in. This is just a demo, so there's no significant information picked up in this recording, but we would see a summary appear of that meeting. From there, you can create the documents as expected, and you can also import the audio as you wish to playback. All right, we'll pause there. As always, if there are any questions, any issues that you have, please reach out, get in contact with the support team, and we'll be happy to help.